Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isa and I am one of the UK RN who's living here in United Kingdom. And for today's video, I would like to give some practical advice on what to do once you're moving here in UK. So you will get an idea on how to start to live here in UK in a point of view of a person who just lived here for 1 year and 7 months. So let's start, guys.
Phone carrier SIM card.
So once you get here in United Kingdom, you need a phone carrier or a SIM card, and there are loads of phone carrier here in UK which you can choose between EE, Vodafone, O2. There is also what we call 3, Virgin Mobile. So I advise that once you move here, try to research in the place where you're going. Like for instance, you're gonna live in northern part of the UK, try to research which phone signal is better in that place. Like for instance, the EE has a better signal, then try to buy an EE instead of buying other SIM carrier. Actually, if you want, I think EE is one of the best as well, because they said that anywhere you go here in UK, they have a very good signal everywhere. So this is not a sponsored vlog. I'm currently using O2 and they're quite expensive because I'm paying monthly. And I think it's better if you just choose something that is cheaper like EE. But still, you can still research which signal phone carrier is great in your area that you're going to here in UK, because UK is really big place, and if EE is not the best phone signal carrier in your place, then you shouldn't choose the EE. Try to research in Google. After finding your SIM card, it's really important that you need to apply for your GP, because you have to get your NHS number, and for you to be able to get the NHS number, you have to apply for a GP. So if you're coming here, try to research a GP that is closer to your place. There are loads of GP everywhere, and try to research in your area. Once you get your NHS number, you will be safe. You can get a free access to the NHS and everything. They said that even though if you don't have any NHS number, you can still receive some treatment for 14 days, but it's really important that you got the NHS number, because if something happened to you and you don't have the NHS number, you might pay for some of the fees. So what I recommend is that once you got here, make sure that within 1 week you get your GP and you're already registered to a GP so that you can have an NHS number. So the next topic is all about the weather here in UK. I know that once you heard UK, people are saying that it's a very cold country. It is actually. Well, for me, coming from a tropical country, I can say that UK is really cold. So I advise that you have to invest with a good coat. Try to buy, even though it's expensive, it doesn't really matter if the coat will give you a service for a lifetime. Why not buy an expensive one? And I think one of the best brand coat here is the Northern Face, and there are actually loads that you can find online, and I think, yes, that's the best suggestion that I can say to you, is that invest in a good coat that will last forever, because UK is always cold, and during the winter you can't really say that it's not wet, because it's always rain. It's very unpredicted. It's just that suddenly it will rain for an hour, although it rains a lot, but it doesn't last for days. So I suggest that you should buy and invest for a good coat that is waterproof as well. And they don't really have an extreme weather here. It doesn't flood, it doesn't really have any tornado, but I think for the British people, they have what we call heat wave for them. it's like 39 degrees and there's a heat wave for them, and that happened just like recently, which is a normal thing for an Asian girl who lives in the Philippines. So I think if you're living here and you've been here for a long time and you're used to the weather of -1, 10 degrees, 5 degrees, you're also gonna find the hot weather very, very warm, because I think it's very humid here in United Kingdom, and once it gets to the summer, it's just too hot. You always have to check your phone weather update if it's gonna rain today, because it doesn't really seems like when you go out and the sun is kind of sunny, later on it will just gonna be like a cloudy one, and then the rain will just gonna drop suddenly. So I always advise you guys that before going out, you have to check for your weather update. I mean weather on your phone. Just check that, oh, today it's not gonna rain, today there is part of the day that it's going to rain. So you have to always wear something thick, like, or a waterproof coat. And for the groceries, there are loads of grocery stores here in UK that you can use. I always use Aldi, Asda here in the countryside because I'm not living in London. They're actually one of the best grocery stores that if you're on a budget, you can buy loads of stuff for like £30 in Aldi. I always use Aldi every week if I go to food shopping. And there are also some grocery store like Iceland, Co-op, Okada, Sainsbury, Tesco, Lidl, and Morrisons and Waitrose. If you're living in London area, you wouldn't be able to see Aldi, but I think that's only in the center part. But if you're going to the other part of London area, which is not in the center, there's going to be a lot of Aldi. But if you're a little posh, you can buy food in Waitrose and Morrisons. You can also buy stuff in Tesco. They're not really that kind of expensive, but if you're on a budget and you want to save money, I suggest that you always go to Aldi or Asda or Lidl. And for the banks, there are actually loads of banks here in UK that you can choose of, like Barclays, HSBC, Halifax, Lloyds, Royal Bank of Scotland, NatWest. And currently I am in HSBC because when I came here, that's the closest bank that I found. But then some of my friends says that Barclays is really, really good because you can actually buy something in installment, and it's really good in giving a mortgage, something like that. But whatever bank it is, they're all good. These are like a physical bank that you can find here in UK. And so the only problem is that once you come here, you can't apply right away for a bank, for a physical bank, because your employer needs to give you some paper wherein it will say that you're actually currently employed to this hospital, to this employer, something like that. And then you will just, that's the only time that you can apply for a physical bank. But once you're here, you can actually apply as well for some online banking, which is Monzo, Monese, Wise. And I suggest to try to apply to Monese. It's Monese. I'll put it in here. They're really, really good in online banking. Like you can transfer money from friends and family as well. Because when I came here, I tried to apply in Monzo, but then they didn't allow me because they are asking for loads of identification, which I don't really have the identification yet because I just came here and I don't have the ID. I don't have my BRP. I still have to wait for like a few weeks before I get my residence permit. So I suggest that try to apply in Monese. I'll put in the description below the link. Use my link to download the Monese. It's really, really good. And you can also use Wise. One of the best transfer money that I use is Wise. They actually give a huge amount of exchange rate. I've been using Wise for a long time and the exchange rate is really good. I also use that Wise whenever I travel to Schengen countries because If I change my pounds to the euros, I can buy it cheaper. I will try to put in my description box the code so that you can have like a percentage of 20% off when you are going to send money back home. Use wise, guys. It's really, really good, I swear. And for the shopping, which is one of my favorite things to do here in UK, I always do online shopping, guys. It's really helpful because if you're going to live here in the countryside, it's actually so hard to get a physical store of a branded items like Zara. Although there's some store, but in my place there's no really Zara and other stuff. So I usually go online shopping and I use Klarna. They are really, really helpful. Klarna and Clearpay. I will put in the description below wherein you can download the Klarna or use a Clearpay. It's actually an installment kind of shopping wherein you will pay for 3 months. If you're gonna use a Klarna, you can pay the item for 3 months. And without the interest. It's so good. Try to use it, guys. It's really helpful. Klarna makes my life easier, and I actually use Clearpay as well. It's really good for the Clearpay. You can pay it like four times, but it's like every 2 weeks you need to pay it. But if you want to do an online shop, always use Klarna or Clearpay because it can also boost your credit score, which is really good if you're going to stay here in UK forever, because you can use your credit score to show to the mortgage staff where if you're gonna buy a house and you have a good credit score, it means that they'll give you the mortgage, something like that. I'm not really sure about a mortgage thing yet because it's not yet my plan to buy a house because I don't have money, the huge money yet. But yes, it's really, really good to use Klarna whenever you go shop. Use the Klarna card if you're going to shop for a very, very good code because you can pay it for 3 months without the interest. So yeah, that's the only thing that I can think for now. And if there is anything that I want to share, I will tell you. So if you're very new here in UK, I hope these things that I will told you will help you, because this actually helped me a lot to live here in UK especially. And there's one more thing. If you are actually going to work as an NHS worker, as a nurse, or not even a nurse, if you're working in the NHS, please download the blue light card. It will give you a lot of discount. Download the blue light card once you get your NHS mail, which is your employer will give that to you. You just need to apply for it, pay for yearly. I think it's like £10, the card of the blue light card. It's really helpful because every time I go shopping, I just use blue light card, which give me additional discount for everything that I buy online. And some of the restaurants give as well like 10%, 20% discount once you're going to eat in a restaurant. So always ask if they are actually giving a discount for a blue light card, because here in UK they actually give loads of discount for healthcare workers. So download blue light card once you come here and use that wisely. Thank you, guys. I don't know if I actually said everything that I can say, but yeah, if there's anything that you want to know, try to put it in the comment below, and please check the description box because I will put all of the links that you need to download or you need to use once you got here in UK. Please subscribe and click the notification button, and as well, please like this video. And thank you so much, guys, for keeping up with me. Bye.